Last month, I made $112,000 selling AI automation services to businesses. And I'm going to tell you today why I think it's the worst career move that you can make as we run into the new year in 2026. Before you click off this video, hear me out. I'm in a very good position to explain this to you because I run 3 seven-figure companies. I run one in the AI space, I run one in the digital marketing arena, and I run one in the holiday home industry in the UK. Not only that, I'm in the top 1 percentile of Upwork freelancers globally. So I've implemented and seen quite a lot of things to be able to pass this knowledge on. And the counterintuitive truth about thriving in the AI era is that technical mastery is valuable, right? Technical mastery is becoming less valuable every single day. The skill sets that we have learned and made a lot of money using over the course of the last 18 months, 2 years, 2.5 years, is on a quite a heavy decline as new AI tools become available that do the work for you. Becoming a strategic visionary that knows how to sell value to businesses is the new way that we're going to be able to make money out of the AI arena. Your experience and hard work is not useless. These flows need building, but the true value is going to rely in being able to consult with a business, go speak to them, and tell them how best to implement AI into their company. It makes complete sense when you think about it, and it's something that I want everybody that follows me and watches my videos to be prepared for. So at the end of this video, there's some gold. So you stay with me. Now, when it comes down to the focusing on skills, focusing on technical AI skills that everyone is frantically chasing is a losing game, because the reality is it's already shifted. It's not going to shift. It's already starting to shift. You'll speak to people, they've already implemented certain AI techniques in their business, or they know that they want to do X and Y, or X tool is available, but they don't know how. Well, this presentation and my explanation reveals that crucial shift and why your career depends on it. So, the big lie of the AI gold rush. The big lie of the AI gold rush is that if you become an expert in these 5 AI tools, I don't know, ChatGPT, you master prompt engineering, mid-journey techniques, understanding Claude, understanding these different platforms, is going to be what the next 5, 10, 20 years is about. That's the reality. Is the fact that AI is advancing so quickly that it's automating the automators. So it's automating us. In our situation and position, eventually tools are going to be there where people can type the most basic of prompting and have Google Opal or whatever tool it is, whatever platform they choose, maybe even their own CRM system, build them that flow for them. So relying on tool-specific knowledge is not going to be enough at that stage. It isn't. Building your career around a foundation of being a strategist that has huge AI experience and can look at a business objectively from the outside, consult, find all of their pain points and tell them the best way to fix them and what the value will be. That is how you will win in 2026 and beyond. Every month, every day, every week, a new AI tool emerges, a new AI feature emerges. The platforms you're mastering today are basically footnotes 2 weeks from now. There's a different game being played by people like myself and other people in the industry when it comes down to understanding what's happening. And you need to be on the wave of that to keep yourself relevant. And a parable sort of progress to this would be like looking at a photographer's evolution over the years. So if we look at like a photographer over the years in the 1850s, right? History shows us exactly how value shifts when technology advances. We don't need to look anywhere else. We just look at history. History repeats itself. The photography industry offers the perfect blueprint for understanding what our current AI situation is. Because in the 1850s, you were effectively an alchemist if you were a photographer, right? It required mastering complex, dangerous chemicals, glass plates, silver nitrate, darkroom chemistry. The barrier was fully 100% technical. You could not do it unless you had experience or were being trained on how to do it, right? Then, in the 1980s, the technician became. value shifted from value shifted to mastering film takes, darkroom techniques, aperture settings, shutter speeds. Technical knowledge was still king at that time, which is where we are now. Technical knowledge was still king, but the danger was replaced by precision and craft. Okay, so at that point, this is what I'm referencing. 2010 came around, the darkroom disappeared, value moved to mastering Photoshop and being able to edit imagery, understanding digital workflows, masks, whatever inside of, Adobe, whatever, managing file systems. The technical complexity shifted to software like this. It's not in time frames like this, but like this, before you knew it, the business that you'd built would be obsolete from 1980 to 2010. And that's within someone's lifetime, okay? We're trying to future-proof ourselves. Today, your smartphone can handle photography, right? This phone that I've got, okay, this phone has more memory than what like consoles had 10 years ago. It is insane how quick things evolve, and AI is no different. In fact, it is the worst. It's the worst case if you were to look at it from that point of view of what's going to expand the fastest and change. Well, it's going to be AI. It's just a fact because it teaches itself and it automates us. All the big corporations, you'll have heard in the news about the fight for the big AI, career established business employees effectively, but the big dogs, Meta's trying to buy them all, paying them ridiculous salaries. Well, that's because it evolves so fast. There's no time to find anybody else. It's whoever's at the forefront right now is going to be the king. So today, the visionary, the smartphone, the value now lies entirely in your vision. So whatever you want to take a photo of, whatever it is you see, that's what you're going to need. Well, that's exactly what businesses are going to be like in the near future. They're going to have all of the tools available to them from an AI perspective, but it's going to flip it on its head and it's going to be overwhelming for them to understand what they should implement inside of their company. And that is where we are strong, because we have our backgrounds built on from everything, from wearing all the hats, from building flows from the ground up. Yeah. We've done it all. We've experienced it all. We have backup. We have proof that we can do it and deliverables. And we go in and we say, hey, you're in danger here of over automating your business, where you're going to lose quality. Well, I can show you how to do that with acute precision, like literally, on the nose. So every technological advance follows that exact same pattern. It takes what was once difficult and expensive, and it becomes, or it was time consuming or whatever. It makes it accessible, affordable, and fast. That's exactly where the AI arena is. As the how becomes easier, the what and why become the value, and that's where we need to position ourselves. This is true across all industries, but we are witnessing the greatest shift from tool operators to vision directors in human history right in front of our eyes. And this is going to age like a fine wine, because this is exactly what is going to happen. Now, the new framework, prompting like an architect, is the way that I've kind of phrased it. So stop giving AI vague suggestions. Stop giving it basic inputs and instructions. That's what businesses will do. And it will evolve to a point where they get better, but it will still come down to this technical framework. Start giving it complex blueprints. So visionaries communicate with AI systems to achieve extraordinary results in a different way. There is literally this in the AI space. There is 99% of people here, and there's 1% of people here. And I'm in this 1%, but I also understand how that number is going to get higher if people are educated, because it's a simple shift in the mindset of how you propose prompting and going through different things. It's of critical importance. So I'll show you. So when it comes down to prompting, and I'm not talking specifically about prompting here in terms of LLMs exactly. I'm also want you to keep the business element in mind. Clearly state the end goal and the why behind it. So we don't just say create a lead booking system, right? We say create a lead qualification system to increase demo bookings by 20% within 30 days for B2B SaaS businesses with 1 million annual recurring revenue, right? We've changed the whole field. Everything has changed in that prompt. The output that you would get is drastically different. My most recent video on Nana Banana prompting, my most video about Nana Banana shows the structure of how I structure prompts when I want creative, and it's the same thing. The floor plan, so the logical flow. Define the step-by-step process, rules, and decision points. If lead score exceeds 75, 80, 95, whatever the business requirements need, and the company size is 50 plus employees, then route to a senior sales rep within 2 hours. That 2 hours wants to be less. It wants to be immediately, right? If the score is 60 to 70, 79, assign to junior rep for booking a demo next business day. This isn't meant to be an example. Obviously, you don't leave your leads till the next business day. But the logical flow, and that was my best way of showing it to you, is like, well, if we qualify with a proper prompt and then we actually add filters inside the system, we can focus on the areas that make the most money, which are the ones which exceed the score of 75, 80, 90, whatever. Those are the high quality ones, and we can ensure businesses prioritize accordingly. The materials provide key data, constraints, brand voice, and concrete examples. Include your best performing email templates, your ideal customer profile and data, specific industry terminology. And then the revisions, review the AI's first draft and provide specific targeted corrections, not make it better, but increase urgency in paragraph 2, soften the call to action, add a case study reference. So that's how you would change a prompt framework to an LLM. And that is exactly the same way you need to change your prompt framework when you're pitching to a business. That's what you need to do. You need to start prompting effectively when you are selling to being the guy who is extremely detailed and has concrete understanding of the actual business's problems and teething problems, not just a single AI tool or a single AI section like, I don't know, inbound sales, and you focus on that and you have this really good tool that's built out, but actually the business suffers once the sales team receive the inquiry. So what are you doing there, right? And I actually put together inside of here a example of what I did. So this was one of the I mentioned it a minute ago about Nana Banana. So this is the blueprint in practice, the power of precision. This is what's going to separate you from the pack. You can see the dramatic difference between vague suggestions and architectural blueprints like the one I just explained to you previously. I gave it a picture of a gold day date, right? It was a blank picture with a white background. And I asked one, create a luxury image of this watch. And the output was not bad, to be honest with you. But it wasn't of anywhere near the quality of the one on the right, which is the architect's blueprint. So create a luxury image of this watch, produce this. I mean, it's got pennies next to it for a start, like, you know. But the other one, a luxurious golden Rolex positioned on a polished dark green marble. Soft ambient lighting creates gentle reflections in the background. A warm golden sunset over a mountain landscape, deliberately blurred to maintain focus on the watch. The composition evokes timeless elegance and achievement. The result from that, a precise art-directed image that perfectly matches the creator's vision, tells a complete story. On the left, a generic, uninspired AI image generators falling in the 99% category of the pack. And that should showcase to you the difference between being a AI struggling freelancer and being somebody who can prompt efficiently. And that technique is exactly going to be the transition now. Soon the businesses are going to know how to do more, or even just see more availability from an architect's standpoint. But we have to be the consultant to glue all that together. So the ultimate advantage is system thinking. Now, when it comes to system thinking, A good cook follows recipes step by step, completely dependent on detailed instruction. A master chef, you know, in a Michelin star restaurant, understands the fundamental principles of flavors, heat, texture, and timing. So he understands exactly how to merge it. It doesn't matter what kitchen you put him in, it doesn't matter what he's got to cook. He understands all of those key and core fundamental things. That is system thinking in action. It's your secret weapon in this current AI economy, right? It's what, you know, system thinking makes you AI proof. It makes you, like, you can't be taken over by AI because it can't think like you can from an outside perspective without being prompted, because it operates at a level of abstraction. No tool can replicate your thinking. No tool can do that. Understanding why things work, not just how to do them. Why do they work for businesses? That's the key. So we've got to master the kitchen, not the recipe. Don't learn one recipe, like building marketing automation for agencies. Learn the universal kitchen system, like the Michelin star chef does, that applies to every business to keep yourself, you know, in the frame. Every business that's ever existed or will ever exist has the same issues. Okay, like on the infographic now, marketing, attract and qualify potential customers. They always need that. The best way to do that, they always need it. They think that they can go out there and get leads. Yes, they can, but how are you writing cold email icebreakers to them? Like, how, you know, what about your speed to lead? What about whatever it is? Like, you have that from a marketing and sales perspective. Trying to convert interest into commitment is something that every business faces. Every single business faces, and they don't know how to change it because they can't sell, like people like me and you, hopefully, where, you know, you turn the conversation from a sales perspective into, like, it's almost exclusive because they're working with somebody with such a high caliber of experience that we have to qualify whether you fit first. It's not from a sort of big dig approach. It's just like the fact that we're in a position of having that confidence and that ability. Onboarding, deliver initial value and set expectations. It pays dividends to their churn rate, right? Churn rate starts during your onboarding. If you onboard them properly and deliver initial value and set expectations, businesses won't understand that. Businesses will just understand, like, they sell them something and then whatever. Like, the after sales doesn't exist. But your after sales starts from the second that you've onboarded them. And that is what a lot of businesses miss out on. Delivery. Fulfill promises and exceed expectation. And you can leverage AI to do so. You don't need to know every single tool in the box. Delivery is key, like for every business. Retention. Maintaining relationships and drive expansion. How do you do that? Upsell. How do you do that? You don't do that if everything that you bring through the door is cancelling and leaving on you, do you? It just doesn't exist. You have to be able to look at this. And I personally feel like these 5 steps and this knowledge of these 5 steps is what's going to be critical, because it's portable and it's timeless. And you can apply these principles to any single individual business with any technology in any industry forever. It doesn't go anywhere. It's been around since the dawn of time. It'll be around long after I'm gone. It just exists. Others will scramble to learn the latest AI tool. You'll be designing the systems that the tools will implement, and that's the key. So, your roadmap for the new economy is to become the visionary, like the photographer who sees the perfect shot. Focus on your unique ideas and strategic intent. Stop getting lost in technical implementation details and start becoming a visionary. Direct the build. So use detailed blueprints that you've already made. You've got them already. You don't have to rebuild them. You use those blueprints to translate your vision into clear, actionable instructions that AI can execute flawlessly, that you can show the value of to a business in 2026, and effectively become fluent in the language of precision, like of directness. Like, you know exactly what the business problems are because they've been around forever. I've just shown them you all. And that's it. And then you own the system. Apply universal business principles to create value that transcends any single tool, any single trend, any single AI-based thought or system, and build your expertise on foundations that cannot be automated away, regardless of what new tool comes in. This isn't a threat to your skills. It's an invitation to operate at a higher, more strategic level for you. Don't be scared of it. The future belongs to those who can think and direct strategies. If you can think, direct, and strategize, you're the technical, you're the technical visionary. That is what AI is for. There's nothing stronger and left to say. That is where we wrap up the video. Like, subscribe, comment, because this is a powerful video, one of my favorites that I've made. And I wanted to share it with you because you need to start making some changes if you're going to survive in the AI arena.